This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more supporters at coffee.com/AlexHeitz. I'd like to thank Andreas Glacial, Steph Newtown, Mark Ventura, Cole Alexander, Ben Thrifty, Jag, Isidro Perez, Thin Ezzy, Lizard Man, also known as Bill, and Willman for supporting the channel, me, my family, everything in the world. Hope you guys enjoy the video. First it was Souvlaki, then it was Moussaka. Now it's Pygmalion, legendary figure of Cyprus, so they say. What is up, Neil? What are you doing? You're being all cryptic with the names of your things? I don't know. We are back on the Slowdive binge today. Took a little break for the poll. We did Sparkle Horse, It's a Wonderful Life. That is up on the channel. You can go check that out if you would like to. But now we're continuing to truck forward with Slowdive's third studio album. I am thrilled to be listening to it. I really liked Just for a Day, both the main album and then the second disc, which was basically Blue Day. But yeah, early Slowdive, awesome, perfect. Souvlaki is all awesome and perfect. This might not be perfect, but it might be awesome. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm very excited to get into it today. For those who don't know, I do unedited reactions on my Ko-fi page, coffee.com/AlexHeitz. For $5 a month, you can get access to the entire back catalog of unedited reactions going back to 2021. When I did Modest Mouse is when I began doing the unedited reactions. I think we have about 100 on there now, 75 to 100. So if you want to support the channel and get access to that content, that'd be the place to do it. You can also hop in at the $1 per month level, get access to voting in polls that we do every 2 to 4 albums. Kind of breaks up the monotony of going through like full artist binge, discography binges. And we get to interject random miscellaneous albums into the mix. So if you want to support the channel, that'd be the place to do it. Also, a shout out NordVPN, link in the description. Got an affiliate link down there. If you are in need of a VPN, I can't recommend them highly enough. Great speeds, great prices. Check them out. Pygmalion. Pygmalion? You can't say that nowadays. So, this is going to be an interesting reaction because I have been eager to get to this album for quite some time now. I mean, I was eager to get to Just for a Day as well. But this one in particular, because I'm like, it's going to be probably kind of different from some of the other stuff that they were doing. Neil was kind of going in more of like an electronic direction. There might be more dub on here as well. It's their only album with Ian McCutcheon, who had replaced Simon Scott on drums. It was group's final album before their disbandment in '95. And later Reformation in 2014, and their only album with Ian McCutcheon. So I know that, do I want to say that Neil was kind of like the one leading the charge here? Because it definitely goes more like post-rock, way more ambient perhaps. Like I said, that people have said there might be more dub on here as well, which I'm not, like that's not necessarily my favorite kind of Slowdive, but I do remember at one point I was out in public and I was hearing a song. I don't remember where I was, but I'm like, this kind of sounds like Slowdive in a weird way. I don't know if it is though, and I Shazammed it, and it was Blue Skied and Clear, which apparently is in a movie. Oh yeah, that was used in The Doom Generation. Greg Araki is fantastic, but it was also in something else. And I don't remember exactly what it was at this point, but yeah, we have 9 tracks. I am not doing the demos today, but if you guys want me to, I can do the demos. I've heard that they are quite good, and they are, how many tracks? 13 tracks. All looks like mostly original stuff. Miranda's on here again, though. 63 minutes, but I've heard it's good. So if you guys want me to do it, I'm willing to do a bunch of Slowdive because I love Slowdive. So I'm planning on doing I Just Saw the Sun. Is that what it's called? The other bootleg. I Saw the Sun. I will be doing that one, which is 76 minutes. But if you guys want me to do the Pygmalion demos, I will. And I might do that as like a live stream, perhaps. I don't know. But yeah, so I've heard parts of Blue Sky and Clear because it was like in a public space somewhere, but I don't remember what it sounds like. I remember being like, oh, this is cool though. Nothing else here stands out. I don't really know much about this album at all, so I'm just very eager to dive in, and that's what we're going to go ahead and do. With the first track, 10 minutes long, Rudy. You know, kind of got a little, little bit of that going on, you know. Yeah, super minimal, sparse composition, very reverby, very vibey. Really hard not to draw talk comparisons, honestly. But very cool. It's not exactly what you might go to Slowdive for, but they have done stuff that's like not that far away from that. I don't know. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Very chill. Not really in your face. It's like that's the thing is what you get from late talk is very different than what you get from like the very introspective, emotional like Souvlaki, right? And this is only like a couple years later, so I can see how it's a big shift that might throw people off. This is their kid A. Anyway, next track, Crazy for You. Chugga chugga chugga. I don't know if you can hear that. The washer's on in the closet over on the other side of the wall. That was cool. So it says on Wikipedia that Neil it wanted to experiment with digital technology and techniques such as looping and reverb. And this was born out of his then increasing fascination with electronic and dance music, which he had been introduced to in '92 when ex-Seafield member Mark Van Hoen had played him Saw 85 to 92. So, certainly not quite the Slowdive we're used to, but it makes a lot of sense. There's still that kind of like droney, post-rocky, cinematic composition going on, even if it's not quite as shoegazy. That track was fine. I think the worst part, my least favorite part, was the singing. It's just a little repetitive and didn't really add a whole lot to the song, but the instrumental I thought was pretty cool, pretty vibey. Miranda. Just a little bit of Cocteau Twins. A little bit of Treasure thrown in there for no reason, or for good reason. Nice. So apparently all of Pygmalion was composed by Neil except for the lyrics for Miranda and Visions of L.A. And I was like, that definitely, which were written by Rachel, which that definitely felt like more of a Rachel track. No idea what she was singing. Genius doesn't have the lyrics, but, such is the way with any Cocteau Twins-esque track, right? That was cool. A little bit of the European folk white voice singing on there as well. Very ethereal, kind of neo-folky. That was cool. I enjoyed that. This album has not really been exactly what I was expecting so far. And I have no idea what to expect going forward because it seems like it might lack like a cohesive personality. That it might not have a strong identity, but that's okay as long as the tracks are good. I'll give them a bit of like grace with them having kind of like dissolved around this point, because like it's still really cool stuff, even if it doesn't feel like a cohesive album, at least not quite yet. But Trellisaze, I don't know. Let's go. Okay. A lot of cool things about that track, but like, man, it was kind of mixed abrasively. I don't like. This is the 2010 remaster I'm listening to, and it was like a little harsh. Like the guitar strum was way louder than everything else, and then it got a little like, not feedbacky, but just like the frequencies were definitely a little harsh at the end there. Aside from that, interesting. Least favorite so far, though, for sure. But I like that he's trying to like toy with kind of exploring like different. He's getting more experimental with like his soundscapes, and it's like it's not bad. It's really not bad. But yeah, definitely, it's definitely struggling to like kind of be a cohesive thing here. It's messy. It certainly is messy. Cello. This is a short one. That's cool. I don't know what that was all about, but cool. Someone named Spike on the cello. Oh, also did cello for Just for a Day in Souvlaki as well. Interesting. Do I remember cello being on any of that stuff? I don't know. Interesting. Not a whole lot to say about it. Seems just like a little interlude. It really is kind of like eclectic genre-wise here because like, but it's all coming from that same kind of like atmospheric, psychedelic tinged, dreamy background that Neil is trying to pull from here. Interesting. All right, well, we're kind of halfway through track wise, but Jay's Heaven. That's pretty solid. Better than Trellisaze, I will say. Still, like there was a few. I don't know. Like the vocals are really poking through the mix and are like a little distracting sometimes. Um, I don't know. Again, I am not listening to the original master. Maybe that's better. I tend to listen to the remasters when I can, but you never know. Yeah, I liked the finger picked guitar. Very nice, very atmospheric. It's very meditative and slow. I really dig that. I really dig that. I like that. Visions of LA. This is the other one from Rachel.
It's down by the fire. This is where I
shaking. Cool. Reminded me a lot of Inside Looking Out by Mark Hollis. That same kind of like, I'm in D standard, so I don't know what that was, but it's like the A minor to the E shape there, which I am actually in the process of writing a song that has that as like an intro, sort of as an homage to Inside Looking Out, which is one of my favorite tracks off of Mark Hollis's self-titled, but very nice, atmospheric. I dig it. Really, it's just Trellisaze that I've not been into on this album. Some elements of Crazy for You as well, but like so far, really cool. Like I said, still struggling to find an identity, but that's fine. We have 2 tracks left, Blue Skied and Clear. Let's finally listen to this thing. Makes a lot of sense that people would really like that one, because I think it's very like that and Rudy. Like these are the only 2 bolded songs on RYM, but it's closer to like their older stuff. Like that still has a bit of the dub in there. But it's much more of that like free flowing kind of vibe. Has like a summery feel in some ways, but then it has that like chorus break that goes very much into classic Slowdive, and honestly, reminds me a lot of Talk Talk yet again. What is it? I Believe in You. Spirit, How Long? You know, has the same kind of like chords and like choir melodies going over the top of it. Lots of Talk Talk influence on here for sure. For sure, it has to be. And I'm very pleased with that. I like it. So we're on the last track. Let's go ahead and finish this out, and we'll talk about the whole album. That's it. What a very somber outro. Very sad. Cello went crazy on that one though. Man. Yeah, I like these more like psychedelic and like English folk style guitar songs that have been on here. I think they've really been nice. More of that, honestly. Like if the Pygmalion demos or anything like that, I'll eat that up for sure. But okay, that is Pygmalion. Good. It's quite good. Yeah, it definitely struggles with like finding an identity and cohesion. It definitely feels messy in some regards. But it's like Neil is definitely trying different things. Even Rachel's kind of going out a little bit and doing some interesting stuff with the lyricism, some of the Cocteau Twins vibes, way stronger Talk vibes on here as well. But yeah, quite nice, quite nice. I want to re-listen to this, kind of let it soak in, like go, front to back through the whole thing, see how it feels. And I'll probably also try to listen to the original master and see if that maybe sounds a bit better on some of these tracks. I don't know. A little harsh here and there, but yeah, Rudy was cool. Crazy for You was cool. Like Miranda, Cello, Visions of LA, All of Us. Those were fascinating bits. Trellisaze, that's probably my least favorite. I'll take it or leave it. Jay's Heaven was cool. Blue Sky and Clear. Yeah, just like it's quite good. It's quite good. It's solid. But it's kind of like a track by track basis, I feel. It's not really what I was expecting. It had more variety than I thought it would. I thought a lot of it was going to sound like what I remembered Blue Sky and Clear sounding like, which it really didn't. That was maybe like half. Half the album kind of had that vibe going on, but cool. Very nice. Glad I finally listened to this. And what do we have? What do I have next on the docket coming up? I gotta look. Everything is Alive. We're jumping ahead to their most recent release. That'll be the next album we'll be doing. Possibly in the interim, I can do a live stream re-listen of the Slowdive self-titled from 2014 if you guys want it. Also, let me know if you want the Pygmalion demos as well. But that is Pygmalion in the bank. Solid album. Eager to get to Everything is Alive coming up next. Okay, that is all. That is all. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Things to plug, of course, coffee.com/AlexHaitz. $5 a month access to unedited reactions, of which this is one, and then $1 a month access to voting in polls. Also got to shout the Discord, link in the description for that. It's not a super active community over there, but I will post when I go live on Twitch or YouTube and post unedited or unlisted reactions ahead of time if I'm able to. So if you want to join the community of this man, that's the place to do it. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I am going to go ahead and head out. I don't have a whole lot else to add here. We have a couple donation streams we still need to get to, and I'll probably be planning those to be in some Saturday slots because I've been kind of busy recently, but we'll kind of see how it goes. We'll play that by ear. But yeah, hope you're all doing well. Thank you for stopping in. And until next time, take care. Fare thee well. And Godspeed.